Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you lovers out there. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Hoop, hoop. I'm going on America Got Talent. Would y'all vote for me? Happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there going out on your dates. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get your on tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And for all of you ladies and gentlemen who are out there and you single, go on out. Do your thing. Party like rock stars. Okay? Love yourself today. Okay? All right. Buy yourself some candy. Buy yourself some flowers. Go get your nails done. Do it up big. Do it up big. Do it up. Do it up. Do it up big. Because guess what? Who loves you, baby? You love you, baby. So love you today. Hey. That's the end of my singing. I ain't trying to make y'all puppies cry or, your cats run off the roof or something. But happy Valentine's Day. And I'm still working on Blossom. And I have gotten so much of Blossom done. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Look at all that black, shiny black, shiny black. Shiny, 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 shiny black. Yes. And I filled this part in. And I did part of the flower. Oh, yes. Yes. Catch up with me, film. Catch up. And I'm using my flower pen today because I'm working on flowers. Yes. I got to slow down on the next one and just take my time because I have 5. Count 'em. 5. Thanks to Becky's creative madness and Tiny Pufferfish. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're so generous. I love you. And enjoy y'all Valentine's Day with your. Yes, look at it. That's what I got left to do. Oh my gosh, I've been flying through this one because I'm just so happy to be doing a Diamond Art Club. Yes, yes, yes. And I've got 5 in my stash. 5. So, I'm going to tell y'all a couple of stories about working in restaurants on Valentine's Day. Whoop, whoop. Because I'm a pastry chef and a baker by trade, okay? And I always worked on Valentine's Day. Got to make that money. It's all about that money on them days because you work long hours, especially the pastry chefs, because we're the ones that they come at when they want to, do something special for their loved ones and, stuff like that. They come at me like, can you do this? Can you do that? Yes, I can do this. I can do that. I can do whatever you want on Valentine's Day, boo-boo, because it's all about the loved ones, the lovers. Yes. So I worked in this very fancy restaurant downtown off the water. It was a jazz supper club. And it's now closed, and I miss it because I would have probably still been working there until the day my back just cracked me. But I'm working on a Valentine's Day, and a guy comes in the back, and he's with the chef, and he says, I want you to do something for me. Can you put this in a dessert? And I'm like, sure can. What you going to do with it? I said, well, I have what is called a $6 strawberry. And the $6 strawberry, because first of all, the strawberry was like this big. Bam. Like the size of a baseball. Sweet and succulent. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Well, he says, what can you do with it? I said, I have this gold leaf, edible gold leaf back there. I will put it in some of that. I will wrap it around. I'll set it in a bed of strawberry whip and put some strawberry glaze across, the plate. It's going to be beautiful. He says, okay. I said, well, I'll get the signal when to bring it out to you. Well, he's a friend and another couple. And it turns out that that was his best friend and his best friend's girlfriend was her best friend, the woman he was to. And I mean, dude was sharp. Okay, you could tell he had some money. Rings was blinging off the fingers, and he got the nice suit on. And here in Detroit, guys wear their gaiters. Yes, the gator shoes, and maybe the hats that are worth $500-$600. And he's all spiffy and stuff. He done went and got a manicure, got his hair laid and everything, looking real nice. I get my signal. Come on out. Violins is playing. Playing the romantic music, and they sitting in the seats that's near the water, so you can watch the water and the blue lights that shoot up from the restaurant floor, and it's all ambiance. It's all about the ambiance. And I set the ring down, and she's talking to her friend, and he taps her. And it's, I'm waiting on, I move back a step because, in case you don't know nothing about, fine restaurants, fine, that charge like two people can eat $500-$600. Okay. Well, if you have something special and you want something to be presented, like usually it's your dessert that's presented to you, I change my jacket because I'm usually covered in chocolate and flour and caramel and all kinds of good stuff. But, a diabetic could suck on my shirt and go into shock. You just suck on the jacket and, you be taking some insulin. Well, I changed my jacket and I put the hat on and I come out and I set the ring down and he taps and he I moved back because I think he's about to get, step out of the booth and get down on one knee. No. No. This idiot looks at her and says, "You know what we do. So why don't we just fucking do this?" Say this is the plate with the ring on it. Here. Say this is the ring and it's sitting there. She picks up the ring. She takes it out of the strawberry, looks at it, and she goes, she puts it back into the strawberry. "No, thank you." He said, "What? You don't want to do this?" She goes, "No, thank you." His friend's mouth dropped open, and he's just shaking his head. She looks at her girlfriend, and she says, "I'm ready to go. I want to leave." Dude gets out. The boy, not the boyfriend, his friend just starts sliding over out of the other side of the booth, and his girlfriend slides out. He just stands up, gives his girlfriend the keys to the car. He don't say one word. He's a perfect boyfriend. He already know. He just gives his girlfriend the keys to his car. I'm standing there like, what the hell did he just say to her? Oh my God. Did he? What was that? What the hell was that? Are you freaking kidding me? Beautiful. I mean, when I say that ring had a diamond in it about the size of this, and I'm not exaggerating, it was about the size of this. White gold with diamonds going all around it. There wasn't a spot on that band that did not have diamonds. Hooey. I could have bought a car, paid rent for a few months, had money to blow with what he paid for that ring. Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. And she goes, "No, thank you. Just as nice." got up. She was dressed to kill. Okay? If her and her friend had went out somewhere after that, I guarantee you that girl got some play. Okay? Because she was dressed to kill. So was he. And she was so proper with it. No, thank you. His boy was like, dude, really? Really? Is that how you gonna propose? What the fuck was that? I busted out laughing. I had to hold it in, but I busted out laughing inside. I'm just standing there shaking my head, and I'm like, should I leave? Should I, like, I'm sorry. And I just looked at him and said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. And I turned and I walked away. Yeah. Yeah. As you can tell, these are not going to be about poo-poos and woo-woos and, oh, it was so gorgeous. And yes, they were so in love. Well, the last one will be, but this one ain't. This one is even worse. Following year. Couple sitting in the middle of the restaurant. She comes in the back and she says, I know this ain't traditional, but I want to propose to my man. And I'm like, well, pumpkin, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, young chick. I said, so you want me to hook up the ring and, make it where it's presentable? Yes. Oh, yes, my God, yes. I said, well, I have what I call a chocolate puff. Okay. I can't tell you what's in it, but it's a small chocolate ball about that big. And I took some whip and then I made a circle and then I set the chocolate whip right in the middle, okay? And I fanned out a strawberry on the side and put little chocolate lines on that. And I waited for my signal. When I got my signal, I come around the corner and I have to go down like 3 wide steps. And if a guest is coming in, I always say, be my guest. Get it? Be my guest. Well, there was a lady, 2 ladies actually, and one had a baby in her arms. And of course, I'm going to let them go first. She goes, no, 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 no. You go. You go ahead. You go ahead. You're carrying that beautiful dessert. You go ahead. I said, okay. Are you sure? She said, yes, I'm positive. I said, okay. I walked to the table and I set down the plate. And I always set it in front of the one who's going to be asking. So I set it in front of her and I get ready to step back, and I notice that the 2 ladies behind are standing right behind me. Well, when that woman said, take my baby, and her friend took the baby, and they were still into themselves, a couple, and she says, boo, I love you. Will you? And before she could get marry me out of her mouth, the woman said, I wish you fucking would. This man looked up, and when I tell you it was like a cartoon, you know how their eyes go and bounce out their head. His eyes went and got super big. She said, I wish you fucking would. Touch it, please touch it. He says, babe. And she says, explain to me right now. And if you say the wrong thing, I'm going to knock your ass out. This man looked at this woman and said, it's not what you think. She said, wrong answer. She reared back, bah-yow, and hit him in the jaw. When chair, okay, let me see, what can I find to show you how the chair went. Okay, I'm going to use this. Okay, he's sitting up in the chair. The chair, this is the back of the chair. When I tell you that chair went up in the air with him in it and came down, boom, and his legs were like sticking straight up. People, please. I tried my best not to laugh because it looked like a cartoon. She said, wrong answer, motherfucker. She turns and looks at the woman. Please excuse my French, but roll in Detroit, baby. She turned and looked at the woman. She said, let me tell you something, sweetie. By the time I get done with him, he ain't gonna be shit. He ain't gonna want shit. He ain't gonna have shit done. Then I'm gonna give you my garbage. I'm like, oh, snap. She said, get your ass up. And he was knocked out. He really was. He was sleeping. So she poured some ice. You know, we bring pitchers, big pitchers of ice cold water, and it's sitting on the table. She snatched that pitcher up and just poured it on him. She literally poured it on his face so that he would drown almost. He wake up. She said, shut the fudge. I ain't gonna say that word. Shut the fudge up. Get your ass up and let's go. Left that woman sitting there looking stupid. She said, don't open your mouth. Don't say one word to her or me. Because if you do, I'm going to knock your ass out again in front of your child. Little bitty baby. This woman couldn't have, this baby couldn't have been no older than maybe 3-4 months old. It was a little bitty cute little thing. I'm like, okay, chef. I'm like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. The dessert is on me. That's all I could think to say. Your $7 dessert is on me. Needless to say, Chef comped her meal. You know, didn't comp his, but comped hers. You know, because he was a regular who would come in there with different women. So Chef and I would always bet on who's was gonna get caught. Yeah, yeah, knocked his ass out that chair. Footnote: Sunday brunch about 6 months later. Yeah, it was in the summer when she came back in the summer, and the wife came back, and I'm setting out food. You know, we're replacing the food on the brunch tables, and she says hi. I said, hello. You enjoying yourself? She's like, yes, I am. I said, that's good. Is there anything special that I can get for you? She says, no, you don't remember me, do you? I said, no, ma'am. I see so many people. I am so sorry. She was like, Valentine, man knocked out on the floor. I'm like, oh, okay, that was, okay. How are ya? She said, single. I said, say what? She was like, divorced his ass. Took him for everything he had. Took him for everything he had because he was cheating on me. I got him. And I left him with the side chick. I actually dropped him off at her house because he didn't have a car anymore because I took his car too in the divorce. House in the divorce. Alimony. Child support. She got him good. He had lost his job because he worked for her family. Yeah. Yeah. Lost everything. Oh, I didn't uncover those. Lost it all because he worked for her family. And after he got that divorce and the side chick, he ended up with the side chick now. Found out she was ghetto fabulous. Had a heart attack. Yeah, he had a heart attack dealing with the side chick. Never came back to the restaurant again because we had seen him in there quite a few times. quite a few times. And I kept telling Chef in here, he's going to be one of those because I've seen him with a wife and I've seen him with other chicks. And I'm going to tell you something that in restaurants, you teach your staff to not say, "Oh, it's nice to see you again." You always never say that because you don't know. You see so many people, and sometimes it's not the wife that they're up in there with. And a couple of waiters in this specific restaurant had got fired simply because they said again, turn and look. Or the husband sometimes would turn and look and say, "Who the hell you been in here with?" Because this our first time. And then the waiter put on the spot because the guest she or he may ask, "Who was it? Describe them to me." You can't do that. But now you've opened up a real Pandora's box. And that guest is getting ready to clown in the middle of your restaurant. They don't care if it's a 5-star white tablecloth. They want to know about where their man been or where their woman been and who they been with. So that was one of the little tricks that you teach your staff in restaurants. Never say, "Oh, it's nice to see you again." You can say, "Oh, nice to see you," or "welcome," but never "welcome back." Unless you know both of the couples and they both come there and you show them that kind of respect and they've both been there. And, then you can say again. But yeah, Valentine's Day can be very interesting when you work in restaurants. But I'm going to tell y'all about a good story, okay? I'm going to leave y'all with a good one. I'm not going to leave you where you just think, "Oh, God, she thinks, good God, love is like fucked up." No, I personally, I don't want to say this the way I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it. I really don't believe in love like that because it's been proven it's just a chemical reaction, you know? Love doesn't come from your heart. Your heart is just a beating organ that, actually is, to keep you alive, to pump the blood across your body. Love comes from the brain. It's kicked in by dopamine. Dopamine can also be kicked in by chocolate, a good strawberry, a good piece of fruit, anything that makes your eyes roll in your head when you eat it or drink it and go, "Oh God, this is delicious." Yeah, dopamine. So it can be controlled. You can pick and choose who you want to love, when you want to love, and where you want to love. Okay? So, me, I'm a cynic. I'm one of those sarcastic people who will say, "That shit ain't gonna work." They ain't gonna be married but about 6 months and then, I'm one of those. Because I believe, like Tina said, to do with it. It's a secondhand emotion, baby. It's a secondhand emotion. That's me. Now, for those of you who are out there and you're in love, more power to you. I'm happy for you. But that ain't me. Okay? So, now that I put that out there, that's just me. I don't want to hear nothing about it. That's just me. Like I said, if you're in love, more power to you. Okay? More power to you. But I'm going to leave y'all with a good one. Young couple comes in for a Sunday brunch. And, well, they came in separate, but they met at a Sunday brunch. When they came back, it was Valentine's in like November or October. It was kind of cold outside. It was cold out when they met. I do remember that. And when they came back and they finally made it official, he was proposing to her on Valentine's Day. In the same restaurant, he did it right. He brought the ring and he gave it to me, and I designed him a plate. And at first he wanted me to write on it, "Will you marry me?" And I'm like, "I don't want to do that. That would kind of steal away. I think she might, she might enjoy the proposal coming from you instead of off of a plate." And he was like, yeah, I think you're right. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I am, so I get my signal, I bring out the dessert, and I had taken this beautiful glazed peach that I had glazed over some peaches, and they had, like Dominican rum in them and brown sugar, and they were beautiful. And I took it and I set it on the plate, and I made a heart around the plate, and then I took some peach glaze that I had made, and I put it over the whip and put the peach in the middle, and then I put her ring in just one strip of gold and set it down next to him. And he got down on his knee and he proposed. And of course, she had tears in her eyes, and the tears came from the fact that when he proposed, he had his family and come from the back of the restaurant in a room. It's called the PDR room. It's where people would have meetings and things like that. So they all came out just as he was saying, will you marry me? She looks up and she sees her family and she starts crying. And of course she said yes. And he said, in 1 year, I'm going to make you my bride right here. And she said, yes. So they started planning their wedding, and he had his bachelor party there. She had her bachelorette party there. They had their bridal shower there. They had their rehearsal dinner there. They had the most beautiful wedding. She was one of the most beautiful brides, and they didn't want a traditional wedding cake because of all the people. So I ended up making 450 cupcakes so that every guest got a nice, big, beautiful cupcake. And it had their names on it. And it was just so beautiful, the entire wedding. After that, 1 year later, they came back and they celebrated her being pregnant. She had her baby shower there. She found out that she was having twins. And it was the most beautiful. A couple go through the entire thing in a restaurant, meeting in a restaurant, getting engaged in the restaurant, getting married in the restaurant, presenting their beautiful twins in that restaurant. So if you're in love, it's more than just the flowers and a gift and taking your sweetie out to dinner. For a lot of people, this is an anniversary. This is a true day of love. And like I said, love is not from that organ in your chest. It's from your soul. It's from your spirit. It's knowing that you have found that right person. So for all of you celebrating Valentine's Day, enjoy it. Love each other. And like I always tell you, what you put out there, you'll get back. So today, put just love out there to everyone you come in contact with. Share a little bit of that Valentine's Day with somebody who doesn't have anybody. But enjoy yourselves. Until we meet again. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.